Now, being neurodivergent is not in itself a medical diagnosis. However, segue, it can refer to one.
Yes, so if you're still a little bit confused about neurodivergence, these are a number of common conditions, probably heard of ADHD, and then we have learning differences like dyslexia, which we used to call learning disabilities, but now we recognize in large part their differences. The autism spectrum, obviously. And another section that, of people that we often don't talk about that I really wanted to mention, because sometimes we don't entirely believe them or just think they're troublemakers. And these are the highly sensitive people. And I'm not talking about, somebody at a networking event, if you go up and talk to them, they start to cry.
Well, sometimes I do.
These are generally people with sensory processing disorders who may be very sensitive to light or to sound. And again, it's very easy in organizations to kind of give these people a bit of the short shrift and not believe them. But I can attest to the fact that some people have very severe sensitivities to this. So when I was working in television, our graphic artist who did the graphics for our live TV had this very severe sensitivity to loud noise. And unfortunately for him, his desk was right next to our control room. And the control room, ever since we had been in that studio, had a door that didn't quite close right. So you had to slam it shut and slam it open. And what happened was, halfway through his shift, this young gentleman would get so ill from the loud noise, he would have to leave. He wouldn't be able to complete his shift. So then HR got involved and we started thinking, okay, how do we handle this? And we couldn't move him. He needed to be close to the control room. Moving him to a different shift wouldn't work because we were 24 hours. People thought about, okay, maybe noise canceling headphones. And then my boss came up to me and asked me the memorable question. He said, Jason, has anybody thought about fixing the door? No, we haven't. But you know what? That sounds like a good idea. And I talked to our broadcast engineer who looked at the door. Within 10 minutes, it was fixed. The problem was a 5-cent screw. Now, the interesting thing about that is not only did we save this young gentleman's job, but it made life for everybody in the studio a lot less headache-inducing. The other interesting learning from this is the reason that we didn't think about fixing the door in the first place is because the door had always been like that.